I know it is not that easy to see me. It looks like about right here and up is dark, and down here is light, like too dark, too light. Best I can do today. I'm gonna drink some Cafe Bustelo, and I got Tiny with me today. Gonna spend some time with Tiny, just probably, I don't know, maybe half a pack of Bustelo for Tiny. And what I did, you remember the last video, I told you that I got a... Oh, man. There I go again, man. Water's everywhere. Man, I make a mess. Of course, I clean up my messes. Oh, my goodness. What am I even doing? Oh, I got to get more water. I mean, that water went everywhere. Anyway, what I was saying is I made a video that I got a bag for $1.50 at the thrift shop. And it was the bag that, if I can blow myself up, this is not like lighting like it should. So lately I've been having to use matches. Otherwise I'll fill the van up with propane. And then when it lights, people will see it for miles around. Let's see. He got his propane burner lit. Man, there we go. Now this should be... Anyway, I got the watch. I paid $1.50 for the bag, and I basically bought it for the watch because I had a feeling the watch looked like it could be a quality watch, maybe a more expensive watch. And I was right. I should get anywhere from maybe 100, 125 to 150, depending on how fast I want to sell it. And I'm not greedy, so I might let it go for 75. I don't know. I like to turn things. To me, that's been the key to my success on eBay or anywhere else for that matter. Marketplace. If I buy something for $1.50 or $5, I'm not going to hold it for a year or so to make $150 on it. I'd rather turn it over in 30 days and make 50 or 75. Turn it over quickly. You don't have to be greedy. You don't have to hold it forever and a day. If you get it extremely cheap, yeah, there's nothing wrong with trying to get what it's selling for. I mean, if they're comping for $150, naturally you're going to try to get $150 for a while, a week or two or 3 or 4, whatever. But there comes a time when it's like, if it's $150, I'll drop it down to 100 and say 25 or best offer. And somebody offers me 90, 95, boom, that baby's out of here. But anyway, my whole point is, I think that and the costume bracelet was what I had found, but it was a bag of stuff. So I was going through it again. Actually, I take that back. My wife was going through it because I said, here's a bag that says it's like craft supplies. I got what I want out of it. It's a watch and the bracelet. I decided I didn't want the bracelet, so I just said you can have the bracelet. So basically I got the watch. Wow, this is already boiling. Yeah. Whoa. I always turn it the wrong way. So anyway, she was picking it out, the stuff. And she said, what's this? This is weird. And this is what it was. And this is, you remember I said that I think there was something else that I saw in there that interested me, but I couldn't find it. It was like, I guess it was stuck in something or between something. But this is what it is right here. And you know what that ended up being? It's a pipe, smoking a pipe. But right here, you stick a handle on it. It's made out of celluloid, I believe, like a celluloid. It's not a handle. What's it called? The part you put in your mouth and you smoke. It's not a handle. Whatever it is, it's missing that. But they're selling for like $50 to $75, and it's from the 1920s. The 1920s. So I'm gonna put that on there for like $20. See what happens. Maybe 25 best offer, 30 your best offer. But 1920s pipe. And then I was at the garbage. So I took it. She didn't want it, so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna take that. She didn't want anything actually. So I was at the garbage. I was taking things out one at a time and throwing it away. And I came to this, which I think I may have showed you in one of the videos, but it's made out of glass, and it looked like I just spilled my coffee on my ankle. It burned. I was wondering what was burning my ankle. And I looked down, and it's like, yeah, it's the coffee. Anyway, this is not broke. It's just like hand blown, but it's supposed to have a bulb in there. And it's a strand of these, like a strand of Christmas lights, but it's these like Japanese lantern looking things. And they sell replacements with the bulb. And anyway, I'm thinking maybe I could get maybe 10 or 15 out of this, which doesn't sound like a lot, but when you add that to, say, the pipe, maybe 20 or 25, 10 or 15, plus, 100 for the watch, 125 for the watch. And this, I did throw this away. And then, because it's just a felt bear, like a keychain, I threw it away, and it landed up, and then it was the first time for some reason I saw the name on there. It's Stife, Steiff, Stife. So it's a little Stife bear keychain. And some of these are crazy. I mean, the ones that still are on the card, I mean, I saw one for like $100. One for 50, one for 75, some for 25. But I'm thinking, well, maybe, I'll get 15 or 20 out of it like that. So that just adds another 15 or 20 to the total. And I only paid $1.50 for the bag. So we're looking at what, 20, 35, 45, 50, close to $200 out of that $1.50 bag. So I'm pleased with that. Also, if you remember, it's been maybe three videos back, because I haven't made a lot of videos since I was sick. I made one sitting. I had backed into the parking space at the thrift shop, and I had the van running, and all of a sudden the lady started like backing out real slowly, like toward me. And I said I was going to wait on her. I'm going to wait on this lady. But then I said, no, I think I better go because she may run into me. And I took off. We're at the same thrift shop today. I was backed into the same space. I was inside buying something. My wife and two boys were in the van waiting for me. I heard this loud crash. And you know where this is going. I heard this loud crash. I got outside. My youngest, my 11-year-old, come running up. Daddy, that lady just backed into our van. Sure enough, she backed into our van. There's a parking lot, but my wife went ahead and called the police, even though they don't really do much in parking lots. Kind of to have, I don't know, we just didn't want her to try to get out of it. She didn't. She was very nice. She's a very nice woman. She stayed there. She admitted that it was her fault and everything. And we were there for maybe, probably total 45 minutes. And now we're supposed to take the van in Monday. It didn't do her car was like really bashed up. It didn't do as much to ours, but they said that they saw her backing up, and she kind of slowed down, and all three of them thought that she was stopping. And then all of a sudden she speeded up and just rammed our van. And she barely, if she would have been a little bit more toward the front, she would have probably knocked our bumper off. So I'm going to show it to you. So, I mean, this is what it looks like right here. So we're not sure exactly what they're going to do, if they're going to replace the bumper, replace the fender. But if they do that, then what will they do about the stripes on the van? How will they match that? If they Bondo it and everything, are they going to be able to match the paint where it doesn't look abnormal? We're kind of curious about what they're going to do to the van. But anyway, I thought I was going to get hit two, 3 weeks ago, and today I did. So I wasn't too pleased about that. I love my van. We looked on the marketplace over and over and over and over and over, long time to find the one that fit the criteria that I wanted. We wanted high top. Boom. Number one, high top. We preferred white. We all like white cars. It just seems less dated, you know. It's not like some kind of forest green driving around and it looks like, oh, look, that looks like from the 1970s. Anyway, we wanted an older van. I wanted a first generation, which was, they go up to 1994, I think. This is in 95, so we ended up getting the first year of the second generation of GMC Safari vans, if I'm correct. If you do research and find that I'm not correct, just leave me a comment or something, but don't scold me because I'm saying right now that I really don't know. I know that first, second generation was sometime, I think, in the mid 90s, but I'm not 100% sure. And 6-cylinder, that was a must. We didn't want an 8-banger to drive around in and spend it like, 5 miles to a gallon or something. So we got it. We got the white, we got the high top, and we wanted a little shorty. I think this is called a shorty. We didn't want anything big. Like, we didn't want a GMC Savannah. I believe Savannah is the bigger one, I think. Anyway, we got the Safari, which is smaller. Exactly what we were looking for. We wanted a mid-90s. We just like the look. And I like old cars. I like old cars and trucks and vans and things like this. And I love this more than the cars that we've had that were newer. We've had some nicer, newer cars than this, than the 90s. And I like this. I love this van. So, I mean, when my son told me, I was just like, literally, that's what I did. I was just like, oh, I couldn't believe it. Somebody hit it. The police officer was very friendly, very nice. Thankful for that. Always. Anyway, I wanted to update you on the bag because I said that I would. And I was very pleased. I mean, even to the fact that I was about to throw away the Chinese lantern and the bear. And that just adds another $20, $25 profit onto that bag of stuff. So we went to Starbucks today. We didn't know that they were giving like second drinks for free when you sat in there. I had no idea they were doing that. When did they start that? I got my hot oat milk lattes. We sat there for about an hour and we all drank our drinks. And then my oldest son saw a little sign and he's like looking at it. And he got up and picked it up and looked at it. And then he showed it to me and I looked at it. I'm like, there has to be a catch. But no, they're trying to encourage people to sit in Starbucks, I think, more is what the barista told us. But I got a free iced drink, like a mango or something. I could have got a cup of coffee. I think it's like a brewed coffee, like a hot brew, not nothing fancy, but something like that, or a tea for free. I mean, even their coffee's like $3 a cup. And now that's free. The second one's like a refill. So anyway, I got my oat milk latte, sat there, drank that, and saw that, and went back up and got an iced, like, mango drink, which is what all three of us, the boys got, and my wife got something else. Forgot what it was. I think it was a green tea, iced tea. But like my wife said, well, I told her, I said, well, if they want, because they're trying to encourage people to sit in there more. And I don't like the setup. It's really uncomfortable in there. And I said, well, the first thing they should do is change this interior to make it friendly, where people want to sit in here. She said, well, I told her that actually, that the interior has a lot to do with people wanting to spend time in a place. So yeah, it's very uninviting. So, that's what I would do. Starbucks, if I were going to want to encourage people to sit in more, I would make it more comfortable. Put in a lot of booths and at least that. I mean, our design is, I just really don't like our design at all. It's got these really big rounded booths, and there's like two, I think, only two of them with tables in front and then a couple chairs. And it's like, if one person sits down, it's almost like they're taking this entire huge, 10-foot area, because you don't really want to sit down. It's like you're invading them. And there's only two, I think. And then they got some like uncomfortable tables. They got one table that's a mile long. It's like, you just don't need all that. Take that mile long table out and put 3 or 4 smaller tables, and then if a big group comes, just push them together, or 2 of them, or 3 of them. But you don't need a mile long table. Anyway, I haven't liked that interior for a long time, so I've always complained about it. Look how dark I am. It's like I'm in the shadows. Anyway, I just wanted to get on here, make a quick video, and have some coffee out of Tiny, and tell you about that bag, and of course tell you about the little mishap at the thrift shop. Okay, guys. God bless you as always. God bless you, and God loves you. And I just hope you're having a wonderful weekend. Despite what happened today, I had a great weekend. Tomorrow is Sunday. We'll go to church. I don't know what we'll do after that, but that's ever since we started going to church almost 2 years ago. I think we've missed maybe 2 days. And that's when once when we went on the cruise, and once when we went to Indiana to see the total eclipse up there in Indiana. Stayed at the pumpkin patch, the pumpkin farm, in the van. That was fun. Anyway, God bless you. God loves you, and I'll see you soon. Bye.